Nagsiselos ka ba?
Hindi ako nagsiselos.
Hindi ako nagsiselos!
Juliet loves her job as a school teacher. She is well loved by the students and her co-workers. She has to strive harder as she is the breadwinner of their family. Marc, Juliet's longtime boyfriend, who is a politician and has plans to run as mayor, can't wait to marry Juliet and have their own kids.
Ano pang gusto mo?
She loves to write poems and usually taking account on her everyday life in a diary. She does love Marc, but she is not yet ready to marry him as she still wants to help her family financially. Rome is an independent businesswoman who owns her own flower shop and also a wedding planner. Marc and Juliet went to church to light a candle. Then suddenly Rome was there and the two girls seemed to feel the tension.
Kung sino makakasama ko sa pagtanda.
Marc proposed to Juliet and seems she can't say no, even though she still feels she isn't ready yet. Then the name of Rome was mentioned to them that she is a good wedding planner.
I-recommend ako sana si Rome. Come here!
Rome doesn't want any commitment as she got so hurt with the last relationship she had. She gets to spend time with a guy, but it's nothing serious. Juliet saw Rome inside the church, then introduced herself and tells Rome she was mentioned to her that she is an amazing wedding planner.
Alam mo, lagi akong dumadaan sa tapat ng shop mo.
The two get to spend time and exchange numbers. Then Juliet was able to convince Rome to plan their wedding.
Kumain ka na. Okay.
Juliet seems to feel the pressure when Marc's mother tells them that after the wedding, they should have their own kids, and this will help with Marc's campaign. She wanted to have her own kids, but she needs more time since she still wants to have her own nursery school, and Marc seems having a hard time understanding it. Juliet is taking pills since she doesn't want to get pregnant, but Marc doesn't know about it. Rome tries to call Juliet, but Juliet wasn't able to answer her call since she's still sleeping but dreams about Rome. Juliet went to see Rome at her flower shop, then accidentally sees her getting dressed. She somehow feels the tension. From then on, they spent more time together preparing for the wedding, and instead of Marc, Juliet feels at ease whenever she is with Rome. Then they went to Rome's favorite restaurant, and Juliet loves the place and considers it for the wedding reception.
Love na ako sa lugar na to, ha?
Juliet was the one who prepared salad for Rome, and to her surprise, Juliet seems to know her taste. Then Juliet compliments Rome for being so sweet.
Basang-basa mo ko. Sweet ka, napaka-sweet mo.
Juliet's co-teacher seems to notice that there's something between Rome and Juliet.
Mga kwento mo parang matindi na yung connection niyo eh.
Rome asks Juliet if she thinks Marc is really the one for her, and Juliet feels unsure about it.
Is Marc the one?
Juliet spends the night over Rome's as she was seen taking pills. Rome tells her that it's good she is taking good care of her body despite Marc, who badly wants to have kids. Juliet shares one of her poems to Rome, then gets a compliment, but she feels awkward. Then Rome tells her she is a natural spoken poetry artist.
I know I should have said na maganda yung poem mo.
Juliet asks Rome if she believes in soulmates, then Rome just smiled and tells her to go to sleep.
Naniniwala ka na soulmates? Tulog mo na.
Rome wakes up and finds Juliet hugging her. Marc is so upset since Juliet is still texting Rome. Even if they're together, then Marc finally knew that Juliet is taking pills. Juliet tries to catch up on her school activity for the kids when Rome came to visit and became her savior, as Rome made cookies for the school's activity.
So, ano problema natin? Libo na lang.
Juliet sees how much Rome supports her compared to Marc. Then Marc came and patched up things with Juliet, and Rome seems to feel jealous.
Hindi ako siya. Ayun no.
Rome's ex-fiancé suddenly came to visit her after 3 years and tells Rome he made a mistake leaving her. Then Juliet somehow feels upset and tells Rome how come she will let that guy be with her again, but Rome tells Juliet she's just jealous. Then Rome assures Juliet that nothing happened between her and her ex-fiancé. Then suddenly they kissed and felt awkward. Juliet came home seeing her mother and her brother having a fight and feels so upset about it. Rome comforts her, then emotion starts to give in and they made love for the first time. Rome feels guilty of what happened and backs out as the wedding planner for Marc and Juliet. But Rome tells Juliet she really wanted to be with her, but Juliet feels scared and that she has to marry Marc because it's the right thing to do. That she is the one for her and she can't imagine her life with Marc.
Handa na ako, Juliet.
They both went back at Rome's place taking a shower, then suddenly Marc came. He was so upset but still tries to talk with Juliet. Then he decides to call off the wedding when he was able to read Juliet's diary and realize that Juliet is indeed in love with Rome. Unfortunately, Juliet's father had a heart attack and did not survive, and her mother is so angry with Juliet and that it's her fault that she is in a relationship with a woman. Juliet went to visit her father at the cemetery, but as she was walking, she was in a hit-and-run accident and was in a coma for 3 weeks. Rome never left her side and Juliet's mother thanked her. Marc gave Juliet's diary to Rome, then finally Juliet wakes up from a coma. Marc decides to let go of Juliet as he realized that Rome is the one for her ex-fiancé. Rome and Juliet became a couple and spends the rest of their lives together. Want more queer content? Then please subscribe and hit the notification bell.